You know, there's a ticking clock at the heart of artificial intelligence. It's this hidden self-destruct sequence that almost no one is talking about, and we're here to explain exactly what it is. Let's get right into it.
5. That's the number I want you to remember it. It's the number of cycles it takes before the whole system starts to decay, before the promise of infinite intelligence begins to, well, eat itself alive.
Right. And this ticking clock, it actually has a name. It's been proven by researchers at Oxford and Cambridge, and they call it the curse of recursion.
Okay, so what you're seeing here illustrates a brutally simple concept. The core idea that powered AI's crazy growth, this idea that it can learn from the vastness of the internet, it turns out it has a fatal flaw. You see, when an AI starts learning from its own synthetic content, it doesn't get better. It begins to suffer from a kind of digital dementia.
This is the formal definition, model collapse. And let's be absolutely clear about this. This isn't some bug that can be patched. The research shows it's a mathematical certainty. It is a degenerative process where the AI forgets what reality even looks like. And the damage, it's irreversible.
So, how does this actually work? The best way to really get your head around it is with a simple, powerful analogy that, frankly, many of us have experienced firsthand.
Just think of a photocopier, right? The very first copy of an original document, it looks great, almost perfect. But then if you copy that copy, tiny little errors and smudges get introduced. By the 5th generation, it's noticeably degraded. And by the 10th, it's just an unreadable smudge. Each generation just amplifies the flaws of the one before it.
And this is what you get. Human-generated data is, well, it's messy, it's creative, it's full of these weird outliers. It reflects the beautiful chaos of reality. But AI-generated data, that copy of the copy, it smooths everything out. It just gravitates toward the average. It loses all those interesting outliers, and it becomes this repetitive, bland echo of the real thing.
The crucial point here is that this is a form of digital self-cannibalism. When an AI feeds on its own outputs, it loses touch with reality, and, as one expert put it, it starts to go mad.
Now, this isn't just some theory. We're seeing the real-world evidence right now. It's a mechanism I've started calling the Hapsburg Effect.
So look at this timeline. Before 2022, the internet was basically our digital library of humanity, right? Almost all human stuff. But in 2023, the floodgates just opened. Now when new AI models are trained by scraping the web, they're no longer scraping human thought. They're scraping the blurry, photocopied echoes of their own predecessors.
And that's the Hapsburg Effect. European royal families, like the Habsburgs, they famously intermarried to consolidate power. And the result was this concentration of genetic defects. AI is doing the exact same thing with information. It's breeding from its own very limited gene pool, and the defects are starting to show. You have to ask yourself, is the information you're getting real? Or did a machine just tell you it's real?
And this leads us to the secret that Silicon Valley is absolutely terrified of. Why? Why are they knowingly feeding their models this synthetic data if they know it's poison? The answer is simple, and it's terrifying. They have no other choice.
100%. According to some researchers, this is the actual amount of high-quality, usable text data on the public internet that has already been scraped and used. 100%. It's gone.
We have hit what's being called the data wall. Just think about that for a second. All the books, all of Wikipedia, all the articles, every public comment, it's been consumed. To build bigger, better models, they need more high-quality human data, but the well has run dry.
So what does this mean? It means human data is now arguably the most valuable resource on the planet. These massive lawsuits, the New York Times versus OpenAI, they aren't just about copyright, they are resource wars. They're fighting over the last remaining pockets of clean, non-radioactive data.
Now, the most common objection I hear is, well, hold on, this seems like a problem with a simple solution, so let's tackle that head on.
People always ask this. Why not just build a filter? Just teach the AI to recognize and ignore other AI content when it scrapes the web. Simple, right?
The answer, according to the experts, is a blunt and resounding no. They can't.
And here's why. For one, AI detection tools are just notoriously unreliable and they're easy to fool. But more importantly, the synthetic poison is already mixed into the digital water supply. It is everywhere. The only viable solution now is to find a new, clean water source. And that means paying huge amounts of money for new, verified human data. The era of the free lunch, of just scraping the internet for training data, it's over.
So if model collapse isn't solved, what does the future actually look like? If we can no longer trust our digital information systems to improve, where does that leave us?
The long-term consequences is a potential digital dark age. The internet, which was once our greatest repository of knowledge, could become a graveyard of junk, just a vast hall of mirrors reflecting ever more distorted versions of the same average ideas, with true knowledge and originality buried deep beneath it all.
Which brings us to the final and most crucial takeaway. In a world that is just saturated with synthetic, average content, genuine human creativity, with all its flaws and its biases and its surprising genius, that becomes the ultimate luxury good. It becomes the only thing of real value.
That golden age of exponential AI growth, it might already be behind us. The snake is eating its own tail. So now, the most important thing you can do is value and protect authentic human knowledge. Because in this new world, your own data, your own creativity is priceless. Preserve it.